This is very emotional. It's very raw for me, but it's very necessary to tell our story because you never know when your story or your situation might be able to help somebody else or might be able to encourage someone or might be able to touch someone because they may be going through the same thing, but they feel like they're so alone and that there's nobody that they can talk to and that nobody cares. I was that person for a long time and I suffered for a long time. I'm going to try to get my best to get through this in one take so that I don't have to do any editing to this video. Um, if little man happens to come out, then I will have to pause it. But other than that, we're going to try to get through this. The number of grandparents raising their grandchildren is staggering in this country. It's becoming more and more and more of a thing here in the past several years. Today is a 6-year anniversary. I hate to call it an anniversary. Today it's been 6 years since I went and picked up my little 4-month-old at the time grandson. One of my children, his father, was and is in the throes of addiction. And I won't get into a lot of details about his issue because that's totally his story to tell. But this is my story. This is how I see things. This is how it's affected me. I will tell this story over and over and over again. I got a phone call from my niece. I'll never forget it. We were here. We were empty nesters. All of our kids were grown and gone and married and all the things. And I got a phone call from my niece, and she asked me if I knew where my grandson was. And I said, he's with his dad. And she said, do you know where they're at? And I said, no, I don't. And she said, you need to go get him. You need to go get him right now. And I heard the urgency in her voice, okay? And I went into full-blown panic mode. I tried to contact my child. Oh, wind blowing. I tried to contact my child to find out where he was. And I don't know if this is doing what it should, but okay. Anyway, I tried to contact my child to find out where he was. He wouldn't answer the phone. And y'all, I apologize for the lighting on this. I'm just trying to sit in the shade and be out and away, okay, from the house for just a few minutes. Anyway, I sent several text messages and I finally got a reply. And he told me where he was at. And when I found out where he was at, I told my husband I'm going to get Aiden. And he said, do I need to come with you? And I said, nope. I got this. I got this. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm positive. So I took off. And I got to my child and Aiden. My child was obliterated out of his head. Aiden was 4 months old and still smiling and, cooing. And My son didn't want to let him go, but I told him he didn't have a choice. Either he let me put that baby in my car, or we were going to get others involved. And he didn't want others involved. And as I'm driving home, I hear Aiden in the back seat in his little car seat, and he's cooing and gooing and laughing, and no cares in the world. And I honestly thought, you know what? Maybe this is exactly what my child needs in order to get his life together, and in order to shock him back to reality, and in order for everything to be okay. Boy, was I wrong. That only gave him the opportunity to do even more, because he no longer had to take care of the baby, So there was that. I took him to court to take his custody, and the judge handed him over. I mean, at first my child fought it and didn't want it to happen. In the end, he finally came to his senses to see that this was what was best, I guess, or I don't know. He stopped showing up at court. So I was given custody of Aiden, and my son was given visitation rights, of which he has used one time in 6 years. He has access to Aiden. But I couldn't put Aiden through the process of the revolving door that was his father, and allowing his father to continue to be in and out, because it was affecting my baby, It still does. I'm sorry. If your family has never been touched by addiction, you're so lucky. So lucky. We have been fighting. I can't even say the word fighting. We enabled our son for several years because we were fighting to save our child's life, or so we thought. And then to find out that, I'm the one. Being a mama, in your mama's heart, you want to do whatever you have to do to protect your child, right? I couldn't see that I wasn't protecting my child. I was harming my child by enabling him to continue to do the things that he was doing, because he had me wrapped around his little finger, and he knew that all he had to do was pick up the phone and say, "Mama, I'm hungry," or "Mama, I need something to drink," or "Mama, I need gas money to go back and forth to work," or whatever, "Mama, I've not eaten in several days. Can you send me a little bit of money so I can get me something to eat?" That breaks your mama heart. And I couldn't see that, I wasn't helping the situation until I walked into a meeting, and the person doing the meeting um, was doing the speech, and they were saying all the things, and they said, do you do this, this, and this? Well, how about this and this? And of course, it checked off all the boxes for me anyway. And I thought, I am doing so good at this. I have got this. They have, made all the points. And he said, you're killing your child. Stop it. If you think that they're using the money that you're sending them for what they're telling you they need it for the food, for the gas, for the drinks, for the whatever, then you're wrong. Do you really want to be the one that sends your child the money for the hit that ends it all? Wow. Nope. It's hard enough to sleep at night, waiting on that phone call. And at this point with his addiction, it's not a matter of if that phone call comes, it's a matter of when. That's a hard realization to come to. It's a matter of when. When he's in jail, it's a lot easier to sleep. That's probably the best sleep that I get, because I know where he's at. I know he's not using. And I know that I don't have to tell that sweet baby that, his dad has passed for that amount of time anyway. But the day that he comes out, my sleep just kind of takes a tumble, and we're back to insomnia. We're back to, sleeping maybe 4 or 5 hours a night. Very light sleep, no good deep sleep. No, nothing. I would not change a thing. I would go 1,000,000 times over and pick that baby up. I'd do it all again, just to make sure that that child has the best shot at life and never has to know what that world is all about. Never. All he knows is that he is super loved. He is super taken care of. He is super spoiled, as y'all will see in our videos. I mean, there's already some up. There's more to come. And for all you grandparents that are raising your grandchildren, or all you aunts and uncles or cousins that are raising your nieces and nephews, whatever the case may be, because of addiction, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I am you. You are not alone. No matter how much the world tells you, don't talk about it. Don't let anybody know, because they'll say you're a bad parent because your child's an addict. Don't do it. It's taboo. You'll be labeled. Don't fall for that. There are people around you that are going through the same exact thing that you probably don't even know are going through the same exact thing. That was the case for me anyway. People that I have known for years, most of my life, and never had a clue that they were going through anything like this. When I finally had enough of isolating myself to the point of a heart attack, and I spoke out, and the amount of people that came to my side and came to let me know that they were there for me and that they were going through the same thing, I was shocked. No way did I know that I had such a big community around me, and that all I had to do was reach out and stop suffering in silence. Stop trying to deal with the stress and the anxiety and the worry by myself, because there were other moms and dads, brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and all the things that were going through the same thing I was going through. I took a deep breath for the first time in a long time. And I'm a better person for doing that. And I just want to let y'all know, if you're in that situation, I applaud you for stepping up and blessing that child or those children with the love and support that they need. I applaud you for doing that. It's not an easy task. It's really not. Like I said, we were empty nesters and we started all over again. But I'd do it 1,000,000 times over. 1,000,000 times over. I'm here. If nobody else will be your support, I'll be your support. If nobody else will listen to you, I'll listen to you. If nobody else will talk to you about the things that you're going through, I'll talk to you. I'll be that shoulder. I'll be that ear. I'll be there for you. Because I understand what you're going through. And again, it's not an easy task. It's really not. You're worried about your child on one hand, okay, and what can happen with them and what's going on with them. You know, are they eating? Are they sleeping? Are they just whatever? But then you've got this precious little one, okay? And this has to be the priority. This has to be. You've raised this child, okay? And it was nothing you did that caused them to choose the path that they have taken. It was nothing you did. They made that choice, okay? They made that choice. And as adults, my child continues to make that choice. He is on a vicious loop with that choice. This one over here, they didn't choose anything. This baby over here, they got thrown into the midst of the shit. Sorry, but they did. They deserve every bit of love and compassion and attention and support that you can possibly show to them, okay? They deserve every chance in the world. They do. I applaud anyone that is going down this road. I'm on it with you. Some of us may be further ahead. Some of us may still be lagging behind because it's all new to you. Some of us are in the middle. I'm here. Like I said, I'll be an ear, I'll be a shoulder. I will. Much love to each and every one of you. If you wouldn't care, kind of subscribe to the channel to watch our adventures and to watch how things play out in our little crazy family. We have a lot of good times. We have a lot of laughs. We have a lot of tears, but we make a lot of memories. And I am all about making memories, because in the end, that's what we're going to be left with, memories. And I want them to be good. So, like and subscribe, and we will talk soon. See y'all in the next one.